Hello beautiful people, welcome to my studio. And today I'm going to tell you how I produced the Duck Sauce remix, which is making some rounds lately. I have to also admit it's a very simple ass production, probably the most simple production I've ever made. You know how things are, most of the time the simplest things win. I received a remix request from the label for this song, Duck Sauce, Fall in Love, which contains Jackie Graham's, what was the song? Round and Round. That's the vocal, where the vocals from. And the same drum loop Armand van Helden used in You Don't Know Me. I heard it. And there's always two options for me how to produce a song. As a composer or as a DJ. The difference between those is as a composer I would write some music, which I barely do. Or as a DJ. It's like more mixing stuff. I take a bass line from here, chords from there, drums from there, and then we put them together. That's what DJs do, mixing stuff. So in this case, I heard it. I was like, it needs a funky ass disco bass line. So I went into my data bank, which is like, I don't know, maybe like 1,000 songs I might sample. It's like all in there. And I listened to like 3 or 4 tracks, and then there was this one. What a beautiful song. It's just perfect drums, the strings, bass line, everything perfect. So it came up, and I was like, whoa, that's the same key. It's just in my head, it's just like they went together like glue. Really obvious sample. Like it's been sampled like so many times before, and the last one was Tom. The last big one was Tom Trago, my dear friend. And if you're a DJ, been like around for a while, is really likely that you're going to recognize it. It's a simple essence of house music to sample. And I tried to cut it, but it was kind of impossible. It killed the whole vibe. So I took the sample, speed it up, put it in the song, put the vocals in it, and it just fits perfect. So here's the session. When I do the production, I do the DJ version here and the Spotify version here, which is smaller and more compact. Very simple as production here. Here's the sample, which I fade in. I started with the first quarter of the sample. It's building up, kinda. Then it gets too loud. And then here it opens. I've used a filter here and some chorus and flanger effects, but which one am I going to tell you? There's so many, just find your own favorites. But there's one good production tip I can give here, is this. Here. That's a bass line from the sample. And no matter how you filter it, it's not going to be strong or good enough. So what I do is I cut the bass line always, if it's a sampled one and if it doesn't sound great, I cut it around 100 Hz or maybe 200. And then I replay the bass line with a synthesizer. In this case, I've used this one, Mini Brute. This type of bass, any synthesizer can do. It's very simple. A sinus. You have the low synthesizer bass line, which plays the same as the sampled one. Then you get like a proper sounding bass line. I have the drums from the sample, which it's not really the sample, it's a sample replay. I have the original drums from the sample, the drums from the remix, my own drums, and a 909. Also, to break it down, it's very old school technique here. Samples, filter, drum machine, 909. That's a drum loop I've put underneath. That's the production breakdown. This is not a complicated remix or complicated remix. It does really well. And sometimes something good enough, you don't need to change so much and put more effort. There's no use for it. That's it. Goodbye.